There is a place, not here or there, but somewhere in between. There is a space in the thin air that really can't be seen. If you listen and observe, you may be surprised. Some may call it Camelot or even paradise. Some may say you cross a bridge, others through a door. But all I know about this place is that I call it Evermore. Evermore.
Good evening, sweet spirits. Welcome to the show. My name is Suzanne Sorrell, and I'm the host of the Evermore Paranormal Network. On this episode, we're doing a Halloween special, and that's why I'm dressed as Annabelle, the evil doll from the movie. And I also have my buddy here with me. So sit back and enjoy the show. So we thought we'd take advantage of the fact that we got 4 psychics here on set, and they all have different abilities, but we do know that this Studio A is haunted. We've done a little mini investigation here, so I want to know what the psychics have to say.
Well, there is a male here. He's older, and the name I got is Thomas. There's definitely an energy here. It is an older man. I would say probably within the 60-ish range. He's got gray hair, combs it back. Of the visions I'm getting. I don't get names very well, so I'm not going to elaborate on that.
I guess I'm getting, hold on, it's blocked.
All right, well, typically with me, I'm highly sensitive, empathic, and I won't say clairvoyant, but I wouldn't say out the woozah. I'm still learning. That's why I have a teacher. I'm learning how to develop and how to do it. But I'm usually really good when it comes to smaller spaces, or if it's like within my vicinity. I can usually expand if I'm open and the energy in an area is very calm. But with all the bodies in here and all the excitement and stuff, and me not coming in with an open mind, just kind of, rush the day and just kind of close myself off. Not really picking up any immediate presence, but I'm definitely not saying there's not something here. I'm very open to the possibility that there could be, and I'm looking for it.
That's right. I'll tell you guys when you're done. I'll tell you very general what we know so far.
So actually, I'm getting a little bit in my head of what he looks like. Definitely, he looks like he's bearded, like white bearded, and he likes to stand over there. Sorry to creep you guys out.
Okay.
Yeah, in the corner over there. Like I can see him just like staring at us right now. So
I got chills.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Anything else to add before I tell you what I know? Anybody? Anything else that's jumping out? And
he has a protective demeanor about him. I'm not saying what type of protective demeanor. I just know it's like protective. I don't know if it's of the space or of you or something. It's something here he's protective of.
Okay. You guys, anything else to add? Okay, so you were all on right about a male spirit. We've picked up 2 male spirits here when we did our little investigation here. The names that we got were Nick and Jason. Nick is kind of, he's a jerk. He's just really, he's obnoxious with the women. He sounds like he's a womanizer or something to that effect, like he maybe was an abuser. Then you have Jason, who is a younger spirit that wanted our help. And when I told him, I didn't know he was speaking at the time, and when I told him that, well, I said, well, you can't, you know, you're dead, you can't live anymore. And he said, damn, like, oh, really? So where they hang out, you were all on the money, back in the corner where you all pointed. When the curtains, usually when we film, we see things, we feel things, we hear things over there. But they really basically hang out in the prop room, and they come in here to watch what we're doing. And they just stand over there, just come inside. They don't like us going to the prop room. They throw stuff back there during filmings, etc. So you guys were very close. We do have a female, but she's so subordinate. The two males are not, especially the Nick. He's not letting the female come through at all. She can't, you kind of hear that she wants to say something, but she hasn't been able to speak.
Because he's very demanding.
Yes.
And very wants to force himself around.
So you guys were right about the corner. That's exactly where we focus, that corner, because usually these curtains are over there. We were sitting here filming, and a chair went flying across the room. Herman and I were sitting here at the desk. So yeah, you were on the money. So anything else to add? Did you get anything else, hear anything else while we were talking? Okay, well, thank you so much for your input. It kind of confirms what we already felt. I always like to hear from a lot of different perspectives when it comes to different, you know, psychics all have different abilities. So thank you.
Thank you.
My journey skating for the gold taught me a lot, but my journey with breast cancer has been one of my greatest teachers.
Every woman's breast cancer is unique. Be Wiser educates and empowers women to take control of their breast cancer treatment plan and help navigate their own path beyond 5 years.
Talk to your doctor about information and tests to personalize a treatment plan that fits your needs. I did. Be informed, be wiser, support survivors like us.
Hi, I'm Allie, and
I'm Kat.
hello. So today we're doing a quick tarot reading of Kat today. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna shuffle and see what is in store for you. What your spirit guides have something to say about you. Just gonna shuffle. Basically, if anything jumps at me, that means it's something urgent. They have to say to you.
Okay.
And I'm using animal tarot cards. Anyone's wondering?
And who are they by?
I don't know who they're by. I just know I was immediately attracted to the animal package. Most people go for the, oh god, that's a lot of cards. Okay, so between these four. Basically, I started doing tarot around October last year. I got taught by the same teacher we go to, and immediately got attracted to doing tarot cards. And I went out getting them, and I was attracted to animals, since animals are like very protective and have a natural thing to them. So we have one there. So just gonna calling up to me. So we're gonna do a 4-card. But it's the 3 past, present, and future, and then your higher self that comes and you're telling you some advice. So you got 3, and then your higher self. So we're gonna start with your past self. Is there any questions you would like to know, or just?
Well, my mother passed away last year, and I've never heard from her. When she was alive, I talked to her. I guess maybe it was something calming, and it was good, because I was told I loved her.
Okay.
But I never, my sister, felt her, my brother felt her, so I meant
So you're wondering.
say goodbye,
Okay, you want to say goodbye, so you're wondering if you could say goodbye. And what it has to say to you you a fox, and it says your sharpened senses allows you to observe the actions of others. What does that say to you?
Okay, you want to, I didn't quite hear it all, what you said.
It's the fox, that's your past, and it says your sharpened senses allow you to observe the actions of others. What does this card mean to you?
Well, it brings up my family, how rotten they kind of were when my mother passed, and what they did before, and I just wanted to make it right.
Yeah, I think what this is saying is I'm getting to maybe, are you sensitive at any time? If
I'm always sensitive.
you're always sensitive. So I think what it's telling you is that there's ways to hide your sensitivity. Maybe if that were to happen, she could come and say goodbye to you or talk to you that way. So yeah, that's the fox.
Okay.
Next, do you have another? What's your next question for your present self?
Well, am I really going to be happy with someone, long time, and like a soulmate?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what they have to say. And you have B. Work hard is rewarded with responsibility and a sweetness that is shared. So, what does that mean to you? If you would like to.
Well, I know responsibility is many things. It could be where I live, my family.
So what I'm getting from this is that, where they're coming through is that if you work hard at something that you're really good at and you're really passionate about, I think that someone is going to come through your cross paths with you, and that's how what you're passionate about, that person will be passionate about as well, and then I'll go from there. It'll be like a roll ball thing.
Okay.
Next thing is your future. What's your question for your future self?
Wait, I see dollar signs.
That's a sign. That's a good.
That's the money.
That's a good.
For retirement,
Yeah. So something about money. Okay.
I know it's not all.
That's fine. Money. Okay. Let's see what it has to say. You have a bat. So it says you have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. So you saw the money sign for a reason, I think. I think something in your future, you're going to invest in something big, and that is going to, with your hard work and passion with someone, the power of that is going to get you that, I don't want to say moolah, but moolah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And now your higher self. So what your higher self is basically like your soul guide. It's someone telling you they have a message for you without you asking a question. And that is the hummingbird.
I like the hummingbird.
No, there you go. The hummingbird, and that it's saying that turn away from infidelity so that love can blossom. So, does that speak to you anyway, or is there?
Infidelity?
Yeah, infidelity blossom.
No, nothing's really coming from that.
Okay.
Do you see anything?
Well, I noticed that the hummingbird, you were immediately. Is that one of your favorite animals or something?
Yeah, I like the hummingbird.
Yeah. So I think it's saying hummingbirds. I know they go through the honey and try to get the sweetness to go from something. So I think what's saying, whether it's infidelity or something in your life that's hard right now, is going to eventually get sweeter over time with the work. And all this is literally this person is telling you these two things will eventually happen to you. Well, it can eventually happen to you.
Okay, just the waiting is just waiting for it.
Just waiting, yes, be patient. And hummingbirds are very fast, so
Oh, I know.
they're very fast, but they're very like they get the honey and they're thing that helps
I'm
them.
going.
There you go. So that's your tarot reading.
Well, thank you so much for doing
Thank
that.
you.
Hi, my name is Akamu, founder of Legendary Earth, and this is my ghost story. So I'm pretty sure I talked about this in a prior episode, but I'm going to merge in with some recent news that I got last year, October. So my paranormal experiences all started from as early as I can remember, and the most profound one that I can remember was when I was 5 years old. Living in Hawaii, I get up in the middle of the night to get a drink of water, use the restroom. And this particular night was a really good night because it was a clear sky, possibly a full moon because the entire house was completely lit up with this nice blue glow. And I go over to my bedroom door, open it, and I look down the hall. And usually I can see my parents' bedroom door at the end of the hall, even with the illuminated light in the dark from the moon. And for some reason, I couldn't see it this time. It was just too dark, but only in that spot. So I looked down on the floor halfway down the hall, and there's this moonlight beam going across the floor, but there's a gap in it. And I realized, oh, somebody's standing on my side of the hallway. So I look up thinking it's probably my mom, way too tall for my mom. My dad's 6 foot, but he's a Navy guy, so he had the haircut, and this guy had a head full of hair. And it was a very tall, broad-shouldered, dark mass that didn't really give off any features. And it's just standing there looking at me, and I'm like, Dad? Even though I know it's not Dad. And it didn't say anything, it just stood there looking at me. So I'm like, okay, and without taking my eyes off of it, I back up, shut the door, go back to bed. Well, what I started noticing was every time I went to bed with this certain stuffed animal, I would have a dream of this dark figure standing by my door by the light switch. And I started going in a little investigation mode at 5 years old. I would sleep with it and without it and then with it, so on and so forth. And I realized, there's a pattern. So I slept with it so I can figure out exactly what this is. And sure enough, I had the dream again. And I said, screw it. I get up, I walk over to the bedroom door, flip on the light switch, looking at this figure that was standing right in front of me. And it's like a mascot version of my teddy bear that I slept with. And I was so excited. I gave him a hug and everything. I knew exactly what that meant. It meant it was there to protect me and to keep me safe. And throughout the next 20 years, I've always had these experiences. And as of October last year, I have a teacher I go to. She teaches me and has a class with other students about our abilities and helps us learn about protection, healing, and how to do things safely and properly. And one of the sessions, she was teaching us about how to properly use a Ouija board safely. And we were making contacts with past lives and so on and so forth. In my session, I made contact with an entity that apparently had been there since the beginning. I was asking it questions. And one thing that came to mind was polar bear, which was the teddy bear that I would sleep with. And finally, I just was like, are you a polar bear? And it moved to yes. And ever since then, I just realized that since I was 5, I've been knowing who my soul guide was. And that's how I met my soul guide.
Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm actually a paranormal investigator, so I have a lot of paranormal experiences, but this one was probably the creepiest one of them. This happened 4 years ago at Arlington Cemetery, National Cemetery, and it was on the side of the big mansion that's there. Forgot the name of it, but I was at the house there, right next door, like a little place where the servants would stay at, I guess. And me and a friend, we were curious and we walked over there and there was nobody there. And me being a curious cat that I am, I walked up to it to see, just being curious, and there was a door and a window. And I went up to the door, just like I shook the knob a little bit, see if like it would budge a little bit. And as soon as I did that, again, there was nobody around, no children, no nothing. And on the other side of the door, I heard a little child's laughter. And I immediately heard that, and I stepped back, looked at my friend, and I was like, whoa, like, what did I just experience? And then he says, at the same time I heard the laughter, he saw on the window, he saw a shadow go across from the shadow to the door, and at the same time I heard the laughter. Yeah, it was pretty creepy just because I've been to the Arlington National Cemetery a bunch of times, and it's the last place I would think it would be haunted, and then I went there and actually had a unique experience. So yeah. So yeah, that's my ghost story.
Losing weight's a lot harder than gaining it, but with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease, and that makes every step very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Sorrell, and I'm dressed as Annabelle, the evil doll from the movie Annabelle, and this is my mini-me doll, Annabelle, also. So I'm going to tell you a ghost story. It's actually a real thing that happened to me a few years ago. I used to do events at the Manassas Park Community Center for about 3 years, and this place is really haunted. I was up there one day. I wasn't even up there to do an event. I stopped in to do some kind of paperwork for the event during the day, maybe 3 in the afternoon. I went down to the bathroom. No one was in there, and this is the main bathroom. There's about 4 or 5 bathrooms there, and they're all haunted, by the way. I will not use the bathrooms at any of them. I'll go home first. After you hear my story, you'll know why. So I went into the bathroom, and nobody was in there, so I went into the handicap stall. I think there are 3 regular stalls, and then there's the handicap, bigger stall at the end. And if I get to, I like to take the bigger stall. So anyway, I went in there. Nobody's in there at all. All of a sudden, I hear noise in the stall next to me, to my right. I'm sitting on the toilet, using the bathroom. I'm hearing noise. I know nobody came in. All of a sudden, something pulls my sleeve of my t-shirt. I look over, and I see a black hand coming, pulling its arm back under the stall next to me. It was very thick. You couldn't see through it. I knew it wasn't real because it had long fingers and fingernails, kind of like a witch or a tree branch or something like that. Of course, I freaked out. I jumped up, got off the toilet as fast as I could, grabbed my stuff, and as somebody that's a paranormal investigator, researcher, I had to look in there to see what was in there. Yes, I was terrified. I pushed the door open thinking and hoping there was someone in there. No one was in there. So that is an experience that has traumatized me since then. I will not go in that bathroom alone. My best friend Kat, we do yard sales. I go work out there, and I will not go in that bathroom alone or any of the other bathrooms. There has to be somebody in there. I'm just terrified. So it still bothers me to this day, and I don't know if I'll ever get over that.
My brother hadn't actually experienced a very well-known country singer's death, literally, saw the guy actually crash in New Jersey. And about a week later, we had come home from him telling us that while we're on this vacation with my grandmother, that this guy had just passed away. So we're all on the phones and stuff. Well, when we come home, I was listening to Sirius XM radio, and their song that he had just finished, happened to be coming across the radio. And I happened to say, I'm a psychic medium, I happened to say, well, hi to him. And all of a sudden, the power in my house cuts out for 10 seconds and then comes right back on. And I look up and I'm like, well, that's a big hello from the afterlife. And yes, I live in a very active house, but I was like, when that happened, I was like, oh, he's here. And it's been known that he visited a lot of everyone that actually saw him pass.
So thank you for watching the Evermore Paranormal Network. Hope you had some fun. Until next time, peace out.
So in the end, what have I said is only that I'm sure. For all I know about this place is that I call it Evermore.